Those who deny freedom to others deserve it not for themselves. Whatever you are, be a good one. I walk slowly, but I never walk backward. My concern is not whether God is on our side. My greatest concern is to be on God's side, for God is always right. The best way to predict your future is to create it. In the end, it's not the years in your life that count. It's the life in your years. The ballot is stronger than the bullet. You can fool all the people some of the time, and some of the people all the time, but you cannot fool all the people all the time. Better to remain silent and be thought a fool than to speak out and remove all doubt. Character is like a tree and reputation like its shadow. The shadow is what we think of it. The tree is the real thing. I am not bound to win, but I am bound to be true. I am not bound to succeed, but I am bound to live up to what light I have. You cannot escape the responsibility of tomorrow by evading it today. Most folks are as happy as they make up their minds to be. I would rather be a little nobody than to be an evil somebody. Nearly all men can stand adversity, but if you want to test a man's character, give him power. Do I not destroy my enemies when I make them my friends? My great concern is not whether you have failed, but whether you are content with your failure. Leave nothing for tomorrow which can be done today. Give me 6 hours to chop down a tree, and I will spend the first 4 sharpening the axe. Always bear in mind that your own resolution to succeed is more important than any one thing. You have to do your own growing no matter how tall your grandfather was. The better part of one's life consists of his friendships. The philosophy of the schoolroom in one generation will be the philosophy of government in the next. A house divided against itself cannot stand. No man has a good enough memory to be a successful liar. Tact is the ability to describe others as they see themselves. That some achieve great success is proof to all that others can achieve it as well. You cannot help people permanently by doing for them what they could and should do for themselves. I will prepare, and someday my chance will come. I do not think much of a man who is not wiser today than he was yesterday. You can tell the greatness of a man by what makes him angry. All I have learned, I learned from books. The best thing about the future is that it comes one day at a time. If there is anything that a man can do well, I say let him do it. Give him a chance. We can complain because rose bushes have thorns, or rejoice because thorns have roses. The greatest fine art of the future will be the making of a comfortable living from a small piece of land. I do the very best I know how, the very best I can, and I mean to keep doing so until the end. When I do good, I feel good. When I do bad, I feel bad. That's my religion. I am a slow walker, but I never walk back. You cannot build character and courage by taking away a man's initiative and independence. I destroy my enemies when I make them my friends. Don't worry when you are not recognized, but strive to be worthy of recognition. Always bear in mind that your own resolution to succeed is more important than any other. The things I want to know are in books. My best friend is the man who'll get me a book I ain't read. No matter how much cats fight, there always seem to be plenty of kittens. Every man's happiness is his own responsibility. We are not enemies, but friends. We must not be enemies. I have always found that mercy bears richer fruits than strict justice. Common-looking people are the best in the world. That is the reason the Lord makes so many of them. Things may come to those who wait, but only the things left by those who hustle. I don't like that man. I must get to know him better. We can succeed only by concert. It is not can any of us imagine better, but can we all do better? A capacity and taste for reading gives access to whatever has already been discovered by others. And in the end, it is not the years in your life that count, it's the life in your years. You cannot strengthen the weak by weakening the strong. I like to see a man proud of the place in which he lives. I like to see a man live, so that his place will be proud of him. I have a congenital aversion to failure. We can complain because rose bushes have thorns, or rejoice because thorns have roses. Discourage litigation. Persuade your neighbors to compromise whenever you can. He has a right to criticize, who has a heart to help. Public sentiment is everything. With public sentiment, nothing can fail. Without it, nothing can succeed. As I would not be a slave, so I would not be a master. This expresses my idea of democracy. My best friend is a person who will give me a book I have not read. A new book is like a friend that I have yet to meet. The power of hope upon human exertion and happiness is wonderful. I care not much for a man's religion whose dog and cat are not the better for it. To sin by silence when they should protest makes cowards of men. The probability that we may fail in the struggle ought not to deter us from the support of a cause we believe to be just. Important principles may, and must, be inflexible. Books serve to show a man that those original thoughts of his aren't very new after all. When you reach the end of your rope, tie a knot and hang on. I have been driven many times to my knees by the overwhelming conviction that I had nowhere else to go. My great concern is not whether you have failed, but whether you are content with your failure. Avoid popularity if you would have peace. Let no feeling of discouragement prey upon you, and in the end you are sure to succeed. You cannot lift the wage earner by pulling down the wage payer. Commitment is what transforms a promise into reality. You cannot escape the responsibility of tomorrow by evading it today. The best thing about the future is that it comes one day at a time. Those who look for the bad in people will surely find it. All that I am or ever hope to be, I owe to my angel mother. Everybody likes a compliment. I never had a policy. I have just tried to do my very best each and every day. I have always found that mercy bears richer fruits than strict justice. With malice toward none, with charity for all, with firmness in the right as God gives us to see the right. Stand with anybody that stands right. Stand with him while he is right and part with him when he goes wrong. The fiery trial through which we pass will light us down, in honor or dishonor, to the latest generation. The people themselves, and not their servants, can safely reverse their own deliberate decisions. The struggle of today is not altogether for today, it is for a vast future also. It is not best to swap horses while crossing the river. The legitimate object of government is to do for a community of people whatever they need to have done but cannot do at all. Labor is prior to, and independent of, capital. I don't know who my grandfather was. I am much more concerned to know what his grandson will be. I intend no modification of my oft-expressed personal wish that all men everywhere could be free. No man is good enough to govern another man without that other's consent. Be sure you put your feet in the right place, then stand firm. A friend is one who has the same enemies as you have. If we could first know where we are, and whither we are tending, we could then better judge what to do, and how to do it. In giving freedom to the slave, we assure freedom to the free. Let us have faith that right makes might.